Hi, we have seen that the work done to assemble a configuration of charges. Suppose we have a configuration of charges Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, etc. The work done to assemble such a configuration of charges by bringing them from infinity, that is equal to half sigma I equal to 1 to n Qi Vi of R. Qi are the charges and Vi is the potential at each charge I. So this is the work done to assemble a configuration of charges, and this is also the energy stored. Okay, we can get back this energy or the work done, and that is the energy stored in it. So that we have seen in the last class. So the work done equal to half sigma I equal to 1 to n Qi Vi of R. Okay, now we are extending this to continuous charge distribution. Okay, we have an expression for point charge distribution. From there, we are writing an expression for continuous charge distribution. We are considering volume charge density rho. So instead of point charges, we have a continuous charge distribution and volume charge density that is given by rho. So the work done is equal to half integral volume rho V d tau. Okay, rho V d tau. So instead of this charge, we have this rho, the charge density, and the integration volume d tau, and V is the potential. Okay, V is the potential. So this is the work done to assemble a continuous charge distribution. Okay, now we know del dot E equal to rho over epsilon 0. This is the Gauss's law. So rho is equal to epsilon 0 del dot E. Okay, the charge density rho is equal to epsilon 0 del dot E. So in the expression for rho, I am substituting epsilon 0 del dot E. Okay, epsilon 0 del dot E. So W, the work done, is given by epsilon 0 by 2 integral volume integration del dot E. This V is the potential. Okay, this V is the potential d tau. So W equal to epsilon 0 by 2 integral volume del dot T V d tau. And now we know del dot EV. E is the field vector, V is the potential, a scalar quantity. Okay, del dot a vector and a scalar quantity. This we can write in this form: del dot E V plus E dot del V. That is a standard result. This is a standard result. So del dot EV equal to del dot EV plus E dot del V. So del dot EV, that will be equal to del dot EV. Okay, these are different. This here divergence of electric field potential, that is equal to the del dot EV minus E dot del V. Okay, so for del dot EV, I am substituting this. So I have this W equal to epsilon 0 by 2 integral volume del dot EV d tau minus integral volume E dot del V d tau. Okay, and we know the electric field is gradient of the potential, so E equal to minus del V. Okay, So once we have that, we can write the work done as equal to epsilon 0 by 2. Here we have the volume. We are converting the volume, the first integral, volume integral, that is converted into surface integral by this divergence theorem. So we have W equal to epsilon 0 by 2 integral surface. This is now a surface integral V E dot ds. Okay. So the first integral by divergence theorem is converted into surface integral. Then the remaining one is epsilon 0 by 2 integral volume E square d tau. Okay. So here the integration is over the entire region where the charge is located, where the charge density is there, rho. So the volume integral is the entire volume where the charge is located, and surface integral is the surface bounding that volume. Okay. Now suppose that I am taking a larger volume. Okay, we know charge density is distributed in a given volume, but for integration I am choosing a larger volume, and that volume will contain volume containing no charges. Okay, rho 0. So I am taking a larger volume, bigger volume, which includes a volume where there is no charge. So there is no change in the charge density. So the work done will be the same. Okay, the work done will be the same. So if I take larger volumes which contain additional volume having no charges, the work done will be the same. Okay, but as volume increases, the second integral is the volume integral of E square, that increases. Okay, because we have E square there, and we have, if you take bigger and bigger volumes, this integral E square d tau, that will increase. Okay, but the first integral decreases, the second integral, sorry, the first integral, which is a surface integral, that will decrease to keep the work done a constant. I told you, if we take larger volumes, if you are taking larger volumes, keeping the rho, the earlier rho a constant, the work done will be the same. Okay, the work done will be the same. So as we take larger volumes, the second integral will increase. The first integral should decrease to keep the work done a constant. To keep the work done a constant, the first integral should decrease. Also, we will see in the first integral, the electric field, that is proportional to 1 by r, and the volume the potential V, that is proportional to 1 by r, and the area that we integrate, it is a surface integral, that is proportional to r square. So in effect, the surface integral containing EV, the electric field, the potential, that will be varying as 1 by r. Okay, the electric field varying as 1 by r square, V varying, the potential varying as 1 by r, the area, the surface integral ds, that varying as r square. So in effect, the surface integral will be varying as 1 by r. So if you increase the volume, the r will increase, so the surface integral will decrease. Okay, I think it is clear to you. Now we integrate our whole space. Okay, all over the space, entire space that we are taking, the first integral will vanish because it is proportional to 1 by r. If you are taking all space, r will be infinity, so the first integral will vanish. So the work done, now it is given by epsilon 0 by 2 integral E square d tau. Okay, W equal to epsilon 0 by 2. And for assembling volume charge distribution is given by this. Okay, W equal to epsilon 0 by 2 integral wall space E square d tau. Now we see a problem. Suppose we have three charges at the coordinates of a square of side A. Here we have a square of side A. Three charges are there, minus q, plus q, minus q. Now we are bringing a fourth charge. How much work it takes to bring another charge plus q to place in the fourth corner. So in the fourth corner, if I place a charge plus q by bringing it from infinity, how much work has to be done? So this is the question. So this is a kind of point charge distribution, and we use this work done to bring a test charge from infinity to a point of potential V of r, that is given by W equal to Q V of r. V of r is the potential at that point. So that is given by, potential at that point is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 minus q by a minus q by a plus q by root 2a. The diagonal is root 2a, the sides are a. So this is the potential at that point. The work done is given by q by 4 pi epsilon 0, this. Okay. Now another question, what is the work done to assemble this configuration of four charges? We have these charges at the four coordinates. So what is the work done to assemble this? And our formula, as you know, is W equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 sigma I sigma j qi qj by rij, where j is greater than I. Here we have four charges. So the formula is this: 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r12 q1 q3 q1 q4 q2 q3 q2 q4 q3 q4. So this is the work done to assemble four charges. So we substitute for q1 q2 q1 q2 q3 and q4, and for the distances r13 r14 r23 r24 and r34, and we get the result. Okay.